Hello guys, welcome back to Geopolitics News. This is your channel for back-to-back geopolitics updates. Today's news is centered between Iran and America conflict, in which the main center of the conflict is Strait of Hormuz. The Strait of Hormuz has continued to be the main center of the Iran-American tension. Hormuz being understood by Iran as dangerous weapon. The American President Donald Trump is carrying out a full-scale activities around the strait, weakening Iran and bringing them to negotiation as Trump's main land. Recently, the major American plan presented at the White House has made Trump happy. The plan is related to restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz, and this was explained by the White House Press Secretary Caroline. She said the American plan is working. With our sanctions, we have completely crippled Iran's economy. They are losing $500 million per day. They cannot import or export oil, they said, because of the economic pressure Trump imposed on them. They have even failed to pay their workers' salaries. This is what made Trump smile. However, before this smile could settle, Iran released information showing it is challenging Trump. Again, Iran released another piece of information. The Strait of Hormuz is extremely important for global energy supply. Iran announced that it has collected its first revenue from a new transit tariff imposed on cargo ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz. This shows that the Iranian economy, said to be weakened by Trump's pressure, has found another source of income. Providing explanation on this issue, Iran's parliament deputy speaker said the first revenue obtained from the transit fees has been deposited into the country's central bank. According to terrorism news agency, the deputy speaker confirmed that the first income from the Strait of Hormuz transit fee has entered the central bank account. In addition, a member of parliament, El-Razi Salim, told Tasnim that officials have begun collecting fees from ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz, confirmed it from reliable sources. The amount of the fee is calculated based on the type and volume of cargo carried by the ships, as well as the security risk associated with each vessel. Iran has taken responsibility for determining the tariff amount and controlling its collection. However, so far officials have not disclosed how many ships have paid the total revenue collected. According to American officials' analysis, Iran is losing $500 million per day. Its oil sector is completely constrained. Importing and exporting oil is not possible. It is being said that Trump extended the ceasefire based on this calculation. Trump still says the Iran issue is under his control. On the other hand, Iran claims victory. The situation clearly shows a psychological war, as well centered on the Strait of Hormuz. Although no clear end date has been set for the extended ceasefire, Iran has declared it will not reopen the maritime route of Strait of Hormuz, and both sides are in serious confrontation. Negotiations do not appear promising from one side. The tension is increasing day by day. Iran is confronting Trump directly at a critical point. Trump has shifted from saying, "I will end the war soon," to "Don't rush me, I will finish it slowly." This is because the conflict around the Strait of Hormuz has become very intense. Iran, being the controller of Strait of Hormuz, will not easily give in. Trump's Hormuz strategy may lead not to a quick end of the war, but to a prolonged conflict. Analysts who believe that prolonging the war will harm the United States of America are putting pressure on Trump. The continuation of the war is also creating pressure on him domestically. Trump's short response to them is, "Don't rush me." He told Fox News that he is not rushing to end the war with Iran. In a phone interview with the TV station, the president said the extension of the ceasefire was not due to time pressure, but to reach a better agreement. He emphasized that he is not in a hurry to end the war. The White House press secretary, Caroline, said negotiations with Iran are continuing and that the president has made red lines very clear. One of Trump's demands is that Iran should hand over its enriched uranium stock to the United States. She added that the US is waiting for a response from the Iranian government, and since no clear message has been received, the ceasefire was extended. The Democratic leader, Senator Chuck Schumer, strongly criticized Trump's strategy toward Iran, saying the war should be concluded more effectively. Speaking to journalists, he said Trump is gradually pushing himself deeper into a hole. Every day we are seeing more problems around the Strait of Hormuz. A more extreme and aggressive Iranian leadership is emerging, as he said. This official says that resources are increasingly being depleted, and therefore the big mistake they are making is this. He said, while criticizing Donald Trump, although there are efforts being made to resolve the conflict through negotiations, the reality seems on the ground is different from that. There are commentators who say that negotiations will succeed based on the victory achieved on the Strait of Hormuz. At this time, while negotiations between Iran and the United States are being awaited, Iran declared that it will protect its national interest, is expanding its offensive operations. The Iran-America tension centered on the Strait of Hormuz has created major concern for European countries. Sharing his view on the issue, Turkey's leader, Recep Tayyip Erdogan, in a phone conversation with Germany President or Vice Chancellor Frank Walter Steinmeier, said that the Iran war has begun to weaken Europe. The president warned that unless it is addressed through a peace-oriented approach, the destruction caused by the war will become much worse. China, on the other hand, through its foreign ministry, warned that the Middle East is at a critical crossroads between war and peace and urged all sides to prevent renewed conflict. The spokesperson of China's foreign ministry, in a regular weekly briefing, stated that the priority must be prevented a return to war. He said the concerned parties must take restraint measures and avoid actions that could escalate tensions. The spokesperson also called for a comprehensive and lasting ceasefire to bring peace and stability to the Middle East and the Gulf region. He reaffirmed support for diplomatic efforts aimed at resolving the situation. The Iran-American tension centered on the Strait of Hormuz is intensifying. Trump stated that the restrictions imposed by the United States on the ships entering or leaving Iranian ports will continue to be enforced. The measure is intended to create economic pressure on Iran. It has also made the negotiation process more difficult. Pakistan, however, without losing hope, has continued preparations for a second round of peace talks between the United States and Iran. So far, it has not been confirmed whether delegations from either USA or Iran will participate. Iran's President Masoud Pezeshkian said Tehran remains open to a dialogue, but added that US sanctions, threats and violations of agreements are major obstacles to genuine negotiations. The person expected to lead the US delegation, J.D. Vance, is in the United States. Trump has once again extended the ceasefire agreement that was supposed to end on Wednesday. No time limit has been set for when the war with Iran will stop. Trump continues to say, "Don't rush me." Trump's retaliatory stance shows that in this war, it is not only Iran that has been affected. It is said that the US economy has also entered a period of challenge. The European economy is also being shaken. Although a degree differs, the entire world is being affected by the Iran-US war. Countries expected to support the United States have not participated as anticipated. Trump is holding resentment toward countries that did not support and is reviewing detailed information to take retaliatory measures. It is said that Trump is planning to punish allied countries. The president is reportedly angry of European countries such as the United Kingdom and France that did not fully support the US and Israeli operation against Iran. This classification means countries are being categorized based on their level of participation in the war, and Trump has planned to punish those that did not provide support. This conflict, which began at the end of February, has created a major crisis in the Middle East, especially due to actions in the Strait of Hormuz that have disrupted global oil and gas supply. Although Europeans are pushing for peace, Trump is issuing threats against countries that did not follow his direction, including withdrawing US troops from their territories and even reconsidering their membership in alliances. According to the 3 European diplomats and 1 US defense official who spoke to Politico, the White House has plans to rank countries. However, it is not yet clear how the punishment will be implemented. Some European officials argued that withdrawing US troops from Europe will not only punish these countries, but also harm the United States itself. They also say it could damage long-term transatlantic relations. This is the end to Adingra Geopolitics update. See you next time in my next update. And please remember to subscribe, like, comment and share for more. Thank you.